Hello, everybody. This is Tori, and I just want to talk about the Immortal Hulk real quick, and just give like a quick review of it. First of all, I really have to say I love this cover, by Alex Ross. It's a very beautiful cover. It's loaded with a lot of shades of green, and it's just it's a real beauty here, where the ghost here is. This ghostly spirit or whatever looking spirit is choking out who seems to be Bruce Banner in the I don't know if it's a swamp or whatever, but it's really beautiful. And it has a nice quote there. Sorry about the noise. And pretty much Banner's, they've got these scenes here where Banner's pretty much, he's dreaming about, his life after he, got exposed to the gamma radiation. And you see this nice rendering here where he's about to transform. He transforms and he wakes up out of his nightmare. He's on the bus. He's on the bus with very few people. He's talking just or whatever, and he sees his reflection in the in the window. So yeah, and it's not his reflection; it's the Hulk. So yeah, this is nice. He gets off the bus, he goes into town, and he goes to a diner, which is aptly known called Buscema's, which is pays a nice nod to the legendary artist on the Hulk. I believe it was Sal Buscema back in the I think it was late 70s, early 80s, and he's eating, and he's contemplating some more, and he looks into the reflection of his fork, and he sees the Hulk again, and yeah, he leaves after he leaves the diner. He goes to look at the paper, and he's pretty much wanted, and it's odd because he mentions Mr. McGee. And if you've ever watched the Incredible Hulk TV series back in the late 70s, early 80s, he's talking about Jack McGee from the National Register, which is what I love. He's mentioning him. He's bringing up his name, and speaking of that, I love the fact that this here is this is a nice nod to the TV show anyway. Nice nod to the 70s. As a matter of fact, the whole series is pretty much a nod to the TV show, as much as it is also, going back to the roots of where Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created the Hulk as as a monster, not a superhero. But if you look at Bruce Banner here, he looks more to me. Maybe I'm wrong here, but he looks more like Ed Norton. He looks more like Ed Norton. He's in the pub, he's talking to the waitress and the locals and everything, and they bring up this kid who's pretty much he passed away, named Del Fry, and they're trying to figure out how he died. But before he died, he was like, he was an athlete. He was just a popular kid in school, and he was an athlete and everything. And Banner, they're explaining it to him, and he's pretty much like, he's thinking the wheels are turning in his mind. So yeah. Then he goes to the gravesite where Fry is, the kid is, and he notices some energy emissions or whatever, and there's the same energy or radiation emissions that's connected to him. So he makes a call. He makes a call to to get some experts to come and look at the grave and everything. And he's a bit worried because, well, now, he's on the run, and he really doesn't want to give his name, but he knows he has to. And I love this at the end. He says, "Don't make me angry," which is what Bill Bixby said in the series, with Mr. McGee. He said, "Don't make me angry because you won't like me when I'm angry." I love that nod. It's a really nice nod. Then he's going up. He's climbing a mountain because he sees the radiation emissions, and it's from that cave. And oddly enough, he goes into the cave and he sees a lot of dead bodies. And I guess a lot of people that were looking for Dr. Fry, got killed because look at him now. And he pretty much kills after he sees Banner. He kills Banner. He tries to kill Banner, and then the Hulk emerges, and he went it. Well, Banner pretty much says he was wondering if he could die, and he knew he could die, but his alter ego, which is the Hulk, cannot die. And they go into it. Yeah, Dr. Fry, who's known, I don't know what to call him here right now, but he goes into the story of how he tells Hulk how he did this. He injected his son with the gamma radiation and everything, and he wanted to, he had intentions of helping the world, but I guess that didn't work out quite the way he had planned, and he was trying to help himself. And when he injected himself with the radiation, that's what happened. And I'm not trying to babble on here, but I'm doing a review, and it's a little hard. It's my first ever video review, but his son is having some weird reactions to it. He says he sees a door or something like that, and he pretty much dies. He kind of dies here. So when you look at this, as far as Dr. Fry's contact with it, now his hands look like they're looking like they're about to how should I put this? They're about to they're becoming more transparent or whatever. It looks kind of weird, but Hulk doesn't really, he's been contemplating death. But if you look at this is where his son is buried, and it's glowing. His gravesite is glowing, and the thing about it is, the problem with this is, if you came near it, you die instantly. You die instantly because of the radiation emissions. But he's pretty much contemplated death, and he's figured now he can't die. So since he can't die, he's a bit. How should I put this? He's just afraid. He's just afraid of having a fate worse than death, and of course the Hulk gives him a fate worse than death by burying him, putting him in the abyss. So, yeah, this is a pretty good book. And next issue is The Walking Ghost. So I like this. I really, well, not just like it, I love it. Marvel has pretty much been getting a bad rap right now because the talk of all the SJW stuff. And honestly, I don't really care a whole lot for the SJW stuff either. But at the same time, I don't want to jump on the hate train or anything like that, because it's just not me. And I've been a loyal Marvel fan for over 30 years. I'm a big Marvel fan. I mean, nothing against DC or anything, nothing at all against DC, but I just find Marvel to be more relatable. Marvel, a lot of the characters in Marvel are just more relatable. I love the characters, especially the Incredible Hulk. But now he's not the Incredible Hulk; he's the Immortal Hulk. And I just think I think this book has a lot of potential. As long as they keep Al Ewing and Joe Bennett on it, and especially keep Alex Ross as the cover artist, I think this book, with the premise and everything, will be a great book for years to come. So it's a great book. I enjoy it, and I wanted to get issue number 2, but I couldn't get I've gotten issue number 2. What am I talking about? I wanted to get issue number 1, but I couldn't get issue number 1. So I'm gonna have to get issue number 1 next time. But issue number 2 is great. I urge you to just pick up the series. Just pick it up. It's, from my personal opinion, I think it's a great book. Not the greatest. It has flaws, but I'm not going to go into the flaws. But great book, awesome book, and hey, take care.